Bless us indeed, enlarge our territory. Put your hands upon our shoulders. Keep us from evil so we will do no harm. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this Garden of Eden planet that we live upon. Welcome aboard to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Albob. That's me, your griot, here to tell you stories. And I'm sitting out in the middle of the woods in the rain. It's getting tougher and tougher for me to come to you. For many, financial, weather, but I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and you know, but it's all good. I'm very blessed. You can go to Griot Publishing. That's my xratted.blogspot.com site. And I think if you put in the Google bar Griot Publishing, Griotte Publishing, you'll get to the site. Things on the internet change minute by minute. What you can do, what you can say, any of the above, right? And there are all kinds of people saying, oh, blah, 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 right? But it's the same as it ever was, gang. This is nothing new. The whole thing about us being in our little bags of water, and that's what you are. 90-something% water. You're a bag of water, Your most amazing organ is your skin. Keeps it all in, And I would behoove you to go study or go look at any book on anatomy. It's quite interesting. Here we are at 2 minutes and 2 seconds. I love those synchronistic things. So welcome aboard. And there's one of you. Welcome aboard to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Albob, your griot. And right off the bat, I want to say this is a show just for entertainment's sake. In these times, you need a giggle, and that's what I'm here for. And I want to also thank everyone who has come to my PayPal, which is, at my Gmail, which is, you can drop a line there at the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail, right? And a lot of people just get a hold of me and say, Sensei Albob, I got a question about this. And I didn't want to put it all over the internet. I mean, the public chat there. So what about this? And I will address it as quickly as I can. And all those who put money in my PayPal, that's really what keeps me alive. I really appreciate it. I mean, that's one reason I'm had to walk 2 miles in the rain because I couldn't drive my car. And because I have I have limited resources. This time of the month, end of the month is when I kind of start to run out of cash. So anybody wants to put anything on my the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail, the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail, I'd be very, very pleased to see it. And I thank you for all those people who have put stuff there. And I know, my audience and millionaires, and I appreciate whatever you put up there, whatever little bits you can put there. I know it's just a gratuity, an appreciation, and I really, really appreciate that I actually do have I make your life a little better. That's why I do this. My friend John, he's in Scotland, and he's an old guy, way older than me. I'm a young pup compared to John. And he spent most of his life, as I had, as a scholar. He was a theologian. I was more a, shamanic, psychosocial, cultural, forensic, anthropologic alchemist. And what does that mean? That means, shamanism. What is that? It's not a religion. It's a frame, a worldview that we all belong together, all our relations, everybody, winged, feathered, skinned, cold-blooded, warm-blooded, you know, all of us, all our plant brother and sisters, we are all part of one another. And if we cannot realize and appreciate how much we are connected, that's when we get into problems, because that's when our ego takes over and I'm smarter than you, that worm, I can step on it. All those ants, I can step on them. Well, one day someone will step on us because they will look at us and see, what did we do? My favorite Star Trek movie was when this big cigar came out from another galaxy and it was holding a big whale inside of it. And it was sending out, whale talk, and there were no responses. So, hey, fish, good to see you, buddy. It started wiping everybody out. And so Captain Kirk and Spock had to go back to, 1980 something in a Klingon warbird, and zipping around the sun. So, like I said, they're just ants. I can step on them. Well, big ants, can come and step on us. The two oldest, love you, fish, they're in Tennessee. Are you in Tennessee, fish? Where are you? It's just getting warmer. Anybody who's in the near vicinity can come visit. Right? And I was going to go visit a friend in Nolens, but my finances probably will prohibit it. Because I have one car and I really can't stress it out too much. Though she's doing pretty good, man. I have to put up Mrs. Kia. It's really sweet, but I treat her very gently. I don't speed. I don't stress her out. And that's how we should do for everybody else in our clans. Don't stress them out. I called up my sister the other day and she was, and she's a person who, as I would say, 90% of the human population are so distracted by the minutia of their life that, they don't think about the bigger picture, like, all our relations and what history is and where did we really come from and what is God? Is there a God? What's life all about? Why does it seem so unfair? And all of these things, right? And that's just the surface of the deeper look, right? Whereas the minutia is, how am I going to pay my bills? Oh, that person said something mean to me. Oh, I can't, today I didn't they didn't have the low-fat latte soy milk for my, no, please, And those people in Texas, they got a little awakening. Yeah, it gets cold in Texas. Actually, if you were a geologist, you would see that the, ice age was there. And if it was there in the past, it could be there in the future. And if you're a real good geologist, you see the ice age was there more than once. Meaning there are cycles. And what we're experiencing are world Earth changes of a circular motion. When I was in the United Nations, my little NGO of alternative technology, I got to go to all these really interesting, discussions in universities where they didn't let everybody in, just had to be invited. In 1971, I was at one up in Boston where they were describing this book written in the, earlier times called Alternative 3. Go look that one up. Go see if you can find Alternative 3. That's a really good book. Another book called None Dare Call It Conspiracy, written by Gary Allen. And another book by Dr. Quigley of the CFR. It's getting to be a little windy. But this is how much I love you guys, And that I come out in the rain to walk 2 miles The guy's like taking all his stuff off, but the little Wi-Fi still works because he still comes back here every now and then. And so 10 minutes and 10 seconds. And welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your Sensei Al Bob. Remember, this show is just for entertainment's sake, just for laughs and giggles. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me at the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. And that's where my PayPal is. And I would really, at this time of the month, appreciate a little donation. Whatever you can spare, I really love it. And all those who have donated, and there are a number who continually donate regularly, and I appreciate that. I really, really do, And again, I haven't figured out, it tells me who you are on the PayPal, but I can't figure out how to get a hold of you. So I would love all of you who have donated to get, you went to my Gmail, the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. Leave a little message so I can reply. I'm not good at starting off. I haven't even done it once. I've tried, but I can reply because it's just a little button. I hit reply and then I can say, hey, how you doing? So I'd love to see a couple thumbs up with you. There's 4 of you on the thing. There's Fish, and I think are you in Tennessee, Fish? Anyway, anybody who lives in America, go to the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. Leave me your phone number. I'll give you a buzz. I'm much better talking to people, word to word, because my typing skills, my sight skills, all the above, or I'm challenged. But challenges are good because it makes you stronger. I lived through. I was snowed in by inches. Like we had close to 20 inches of snow on my little mountaintop here, and I was snowed in from Christmas Eve all the way to Valentine's Day. So that was a lot of time. And now, I crawled up here and left your messages. I did get out once in a while. There'd be a warm day where I knew things would be muddy and soggy, and my 4-wheel drive would get up the hill. But if there were morons on the road, that would turn 2 or 3 spots that were icy because trees and sunlight don't hit it. And if it's 28 degrees, if it's wet, it's going to be ice. And these morons, I don't know. And so, that was my entertainment, to watch these people create their own doom, and then they'd spin off and smash into the forest because the road is mountainside on one side, cliff on the other. And right at the top, when you're like, gotta make it again, and you're just spinning your wheels, and it's like going through then it hits that real ice, and your car does this. No matter what you do, then you hit the brakes, and then the car does this, and then it goes off the cliff. Well, I had about 6 times. And so I would just kind of, get my binoculars out and see if anyone, was hurt. If they were hurt, I would have gone and helped them. But otherwise, good luck, guys. I'm there. I roll by the 3 laws. Do not get involved unless you do no harm. Do not get involved unless you have a positive exit strategy for taking the innocents out of harm's way. Do not get involved unless you can learn something. Those are the 3 reasons. Those 3 reasons I was like, would anybody why did you hang out with that guy? He's such a jerk. He's such an asshole. Blah, 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 blah. I don't go to blah, 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 blah. Can I do no harm? Can I help? And hopefully get the person or peoples out of harm's way, along with myself, and that I may learn something. Now, I can always learn something. So there's one law that I pretty much 99% can jump into the situation because I can learn something. Because, I know nothing, right? The only thing I have faith in, I don't know anything, but I have faith in love's co-creation, that with love, we can co-create anything we want. And that means a sizably good life on this garden planet. And then, yes. Fish, yes to what? I just said a whole bunch of stuff. I will take that yes as yes to everything. Okay. Thank you, fish. So, um, you know, why are we here? Let's look at that one, right? Why are we here? We are here to learn, to understand what our soul is. This body is not you. This body is not you. Thank you for the thumbs up. This body is not you. It's just an avatar so you can interact in the material world. Your soul is a, immortal part like Adam of God. And what is God? Who knows? That's just a they and when they make movies, they give it a working name, right? They don't. It's not the real title, and so God is, I mean, if you go back to Mesopotamia, before that, to the Anunnaki, God was a guy named Baal. Let's see, that was super nice. Your neighbor, too. Yeah, it is. Yes. Yep, exactly. And people are super nice, If you're super, you don't even, people are super nice. And if they are, you kind of, go to that that space in them and help them enlarge it, And you can do that, Even the biggest creep, if there's a nice little spot in there, I can jump in and help them enlarge it, And that's what I do in every day in every way. I take the piece of the earth and I make it stronger by jumping into that niceness, right? And so God is this ever-present life force, right? When we meditate and we're breathing in that 20% more than we consciously, unconsciously do with our autonomic system, we consciously breathe in that extra 20%. What that does is shut up all the squirrel in your head, right? And it goes straight to your heart. And, you're breathing in prana. And that is a life force. That is the thing that animates this bag of water. Without it, we'd just be a bag of water sitting on the floor or wherever. And a lot of people are that. That's what they call couch potatoes, right? So because all they eat is potato chips, carbohydrates, sit and watch, hook main line into the corporate vaccination of materialism that means nothing. It's an illusion. It's a soap opera of taste. Which toilet paper are you going to buy? Right. So, anyway, 17 minutes and 17 seconds, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. I, your griot, here to tell you stories, and thanks again for all that you do, that you take part, and that you gone to Griot Publishing and read my novels and stories. I've been working on one called Legend. I think you might find interesting. It's not done, it's the one that's up there, like it says it's the 4th or 5th copy, but I'm like on the 70th already, And you look at my toolbar and it's copy, which reminds me of James Joyce. And he always said he was proud to be a cut and paste boy. And that was like way before computers, right? And they, computers got it from James Joyce and people like him who would write. He would write something in a notebook and whatever was good, he would cut it out and paste it in whatever, story he was writing. And he would see things in the newspaper and cut it out and he pasted it in. He was a cut and paste boy. And then after he would, that's how he would put his story together, like I do. I have this thing called a clipboard and I put all kinds of stuff on it and then I can transport it in one shot, to a new document form on my word processor. Whereas if I was cutting things out, let's say the internet or this or that, I would have to hit my finger on this button that would go blip, 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 blip. And if it was like 5 or 6 pages, it would go blip, blip, it would take a long time to get there. Would run some of those copies. I have that copy is just what I've done recently. Meaning, there are a lot more copies up in the cloud. Yeah, I know the rudimentaries, and I appreciate your dropping that on me, because I may not have known that, because I don't know anything. So yeah, more stuff you guys can tell me, the better I feel. But yes, I do that just to allay your feelings. Pretty much, when I'm working on something and I've used up all those copies, I just put them up in the cloud. But I have to walk 2 miles or drive 40 miles to get to the cloud. So sometimes a lot of copies go up there on the toolbar, and once it slows down to the point that I know it does, that's when I go, oh, what did I leave on here? What did I do? That's when I am reminded to do that. So anyway, come on, let's see if I can stop it from raining. We're gonna stop raining. If it rains harder, I'm gonna have to mosey on. But so I, in every day and every way, take the piece and make it stronger. And but I still have this, social scientist. So shamanic, right? That's a window. That is a frame. That is where a worldview. I look at things shamanically. That everything's connected. Psycho. What's in your psychology? Well, to understand that is your worldview, not the worldview. Your worldview, right? From your five senses of understanding, and our five senses only represent 0.00000000000000059% of the universe. Conversely, everything on the other side of the dark matter, wall is 99.9999995% of the universe. So we don't get to see much. So if we think we know anything of what really is going on, come on, stop raining. Stop. It's not so much I'm getting wet. It's just I have to walk back 2 miles in a pretty slippery zone. It starts to rain any harder, I'll have to split. So anyway, that's your psychology. That's your worldview, right? Well, for me to understand your worldview, I have to understand, shamanic. That's the big picture. Psycho, that's the little picture of your worldview. Psychosocial. So what's your social, where do you live? What do you do? What are your orientations? Your economic, your sexual, your political, your religious, your orientations, right? That's your social. Culture. Where did grandma come from? What did you have for Christmas? What was your favorite, meal that came from your homeland, right? That's your cultural. So that's shamanic, psychosocial, cultural, forensic. You take it apart without prejudice. You just look at the threads. You look at it as objectively as you can. That's forensic. You look at all the parts. And forensic anthropology. So anthropology is this discipline. It was devised by white males to prove that white males were superior, but people like Margaret Mead and a few others kind of changed that worldview to say, no, we have to kind of look at what I'm looking at, the forensic, psychosocial, the shamanic, psychosocial, cultural, forensic, anthropologic, right? Now, alchemy, what is alchemy? It's to turn base metals into lead. Well, other than that little bag of water that you have trace metals, mostly copper, right? Our blood is red. It's copper, right? It's very conductive of that photonic energy that we breathe in, right? And so as an alchemist, I don't try to turn lead into gold. I try to turn you as the, base metal into that gold thread and take you into your higher self. And that's Vedic, very what the Indian culture talks about a great deal. And if you look, Buddhism, Vedism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Hebrew, they're all the same, right? They're all asking the same questions. And that's what I'm here at Dreamy Dreamland to do. That's why we have Griot Publishing, for you to read what I write. But not only what I write, it's there for everybody, right? And that was my intent of that publishing company, not just to put my stuff up, but to put everybody's. But, baby steps. I've been doing this for 2.5 years now. And no one seems to want to join the. I mean, yeah, you come and watch, and yes, a lot of you are generous to, send me a donation on my go to my the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail, and you send me something on my PayPal, and it works. A lot of people do it, so people go, and now I can understand that because that's me. I mean, until I learn how to, I still can't send a Gmail. I mean, I have to reply. So anyway, it's I got it to rain for a second or two. So let's do a little experiment. Let's everyone think about it. Stop raining here. Let's see if we can do that. Come on. So if we can't, I'm splitting, and but I'll keep coming back. And Fish, thanks for giving all your good advice and appreciation, and I love you. And I love everyone who watches Dreamy Dreamland. You're part of the cadre, And every day and every way, let us take the piece of the earth and make it stronger. Aho, so say we all. Father Sky, Mother Earth, Holy Spirit, bless us indeed. Enlarge our territory. I think everyone just seems to go to goes to the Dude Awake. I mean, I don't know. I mean, people seem to be able to know how to do it. I don't. I can't even. They tell me who they are, and then I put in your email. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so you got to go to PayPal first, then put in my email, and bingo, there. Bob's your uncle. Thank you, Fish, for that info. Again, I know nothing, and I appreciate all that you tell me. I don't I know better. No, I know nothing. I am just here to tell you a story. And it's stopping the rain. Well, let's let up. Come on, let's stop it. Come on. You're welcome. Anyway, I love you all. And let's go back to the prayer. Let's say, and every day and every way we take the piece of the earth and make it stronger. So say we all. And Father Sky, Mother Earth, Holy Spirit, hear our prayer. Bless us indeed, enlarge our territory. Put your hands upon our shoulder and keep us from evil so we will do no harm. So we can be in love's co-creation and in every day and every way making a piece of the earth stronger. Hear our prayer. Aho. Love you. Ba-doop-boop-boo. Fish, why is your message restricted? What did you say? Don't even show me what you said. It says your message was restricted. No, I'm good. So I'm getting cold. It's still sprinkling, and you got to go pinch a loaf. So I love you guys. You stay well. I will try and maybe it was meant for work. Okay, gotcha. Okie dokie. You're multitasking. You're good person there. Yep, exactly. And anybody wants to talk to me that you don't want to put it on the live chat, go to the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. And if you want to donate to my PayPal account, as our friend here, Fish, has educated us. Go to that first and then type in my Gmail address, which is thedudewake42@gmail. Okay? Love you all. I look forward to hearing from you on my Gmail, thedudewake42@gmail. And go read my my stories and essays and such on Griot Publishing. And anybody who wants to come and visit, when it gets warmer, you wouldn't want to be here now, but after Mayish, that's from May to New Year's Day. It's actually quite nice here. From New Year's, I mean, yes. Let's say December 1st. But it was beautiful. It was in the 70s in December. Then Christmas Eve happened, and then we got 8-10 inches, and then it was beautiful. It was just transcendental, white and bright. The sun, Christmas Day everything was gleaming, sparkling, really gorgeous. Next day, it still was sunny, so I got out there with my rake and made my paths so I wouldn't kill myself. And then it got cold, and then that ice turned into, and that snow turned into crusty stuff. And then the next day, while it was still a little bit fluffy, I got up there and raked about a quarter mile of my Forest Service road so I could get up my hill. But by then, the morons had already turned the top 60 feet in any direction into an ice skating rink, because water doesn't go downhill. It can stay there and no sun hits it. And if it's 28 degrees, you got an ice skating rink. So that's why I was here for, from then till at least 3 weeks. Got out once. Then it snowed a couple more times, and the morons turned it into an ice skating rink, and I was there until Valentine's Day. And then it started to rain and got rid of all the ice and snow, but it was still there. And now it's raining hard, so I got to go. Okay. I love you guys. You stay well. Okay? Okay. And maybe tomorrow, if it's not raining, I'll walk 2 miles and come talk to you. But some other time, like tomorrow's Saturday, in the next 3 or 4 days, I try to do every 3 or 4, within 3 or 4 days. Okay? Okay. I love you.